Hey guys, so the problem that we'll be discussing today is from the recent SnackDown 1A and the problem name is Max LCM. So the difficulty level of this problem is easy and its prerequisites are basic mathematics. Now let's read the problem statement. So the problem statement says that you are given two positive integers x and k. Okay, now we have to output the minimum and maximum value of LCM I comma j where I comma j is between x and x into k. So let's take a hypothetical scenario where we have say x is equal to 4 and k is equal to 3. Now let's try and see what can be. So let's first define the boundaries. So the boundaries are nothing but 4 and 12, right? So I and j should be between these two values, right? Now, okay, so this is x and this is k. So I and j should be between 4 and 12. So now what can be the minimum LCM? So here it is obvious that 4 should be a part of the minimum LCM because it's the minimum number in this case. And what minimum factor that you can add to 4 so that it does not become too large? So the minimum factor other than 1, because you can't add 1, right? Because then I and j will be the same. So because I is less than j, so I and j cannot be same. That is why the minimum factor that can be like multiplied to 4 is 2. So we can say that I is equal to 4 and j is equal to 4 into 2, which is 8. Therefore LCM of I and j is LCM ij is equal to 8, and this is the minimum LCM that we can get. So basically we got the minimum LCM, which is 8. Now let's try and think what can be the maximum LCM. So here a very interesting concept is to be used. So that concept is that the LCM of two coprime numbers. Okay, the LCM of two coprime numbers is basically their product, right? So what are coprime numbers? Basically those who have greatest common factor equal to which those who have greatest common divisor equal to 1, that is their GCD is 1. So you can take numbers like 5 and 2. So 5 and 2 have GCD 1, therefore their LCM is nothing but their product, which is 10. Okay, so now here we can use this concept to find the LCM. So basically the LCM, what can be two coprime numbers over here which have the largest product? So we can easily see that. So we know that consecutive numbers are always coprime numbers. So 1 2, so these have GCD 1, then 2 3, again they have GCD 1, 3 4, again they have GCD 1. So exactly in the same way what we can do is we can take, so we have to choose numbers between 4 and 12, right? So we can take the two largest numbers that we have, 11 and 12. So these are coprime numbers, therefore their LCM is nothing but their product. So 11 into 12 is nothing but 132, right? So for this, the minimum LCM is equal to 8 and maximum LCM is equal to 132. So this is the sample case and we almost partly discussed the solution, but let us discuss the solution more further. So as to write it in like normal terms, so we can say that the minimum LCM is nothing but LCM of x comma some factor of x, right? Because it should be small. And what is the smallest so some multiple of x, because the smallest multiple that we can make from x, so the smallest multiple that we can make is 2 into x, right? Because 2 is the smallest number that can be uh, multiplied with x. So LCM of x and 2 into x is nothing but 2x, right? So the minimum LCM that we can have is 2x, because as you saw over here, k has minimum value 2. So k will always be greater than equal to 2. So the minimum LCM is 2x. And the maximum LCM is nothing but the product of the two maximum numbers. So what was the first maximum number? So what is the maximum number? It is x into k. So the maximum LCM is nothing but product of x into k into x into k minus 1, right? These are the two maximum numbers. So this is the maximum LCM. So yeah, and in this code you have to remember that if you are using C++, you should use long because the value will not fit in 32-bit range, so you need to use long so that you use 64-bit integers, right? So now let's directly jump to the implementation. So here we are at the implementation. So here first we take input the two integers x and k, and then here we simply write min is equal to 2 into x and max is equal to k star x into k star x minus 1. So basically this is the maximum number and this is the second maximum number in the series. So if it was 12, so 12 and 11, these were our numbers in the example that we took. So yeah, we just output it cout min space max, and this will definitely give you a correct answer. So now let's try and submit this and let's hope that we get an AC. So submitting. So yeah, we got an AC and this winds up the video. If you didn't understand anything, let me know in the comments. Thank you.